Let's try to find 5 winners in this Vikings loss. All right, top of the morning. I am Onebar with Lupagus, coming off a Monday night, some might say disaster. We're still going to reach into our bag and find 5 winners. We're finding 5 winners for the Vikings in this gross loss against the Eagles.
We're calling this the Philadelphia Pounding. Just hours removed from the pounding they gave us.
Movie called that once.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Pounding. It's most of these guys, there was some good, but there was also some bad. So it's not many of these guys on this list who actually had a solid game. When you get your ass kicked the way the Vikings did, it's hard to find any positives. But if you were feeling sad and feeling blue, one way to lift those spirits is by going to Lift Bridge Brewing Company in Stillwater. Hit them up at the facility there, or in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Also find their beer in a local liquor store near you. It's all over the state. Peppered, they would say, all over the state. Delicious, delicious brew to make you feel better. Each sip better than the last.
Might be early in the morning, but there's a good chance there might be some of that in here to get over it. But let's do it in the comments. Let us know who your winners were. Like I said, this is a mixed bag. It's tough to call any of these guys winners, except for the first one, Punter, Ryan, Wright. Ryan, yeah. I love you.
Yeah, Ryan Wright punted the hell of the ball. I don't think he had one bad punt, and he got the Vikings out of some really bad field position, especially early in this game when the Vikings couldn't move the ball, went 3-and-out twice. Ryan Wright booting the hell of that thing to get him out of some hostile field position there. And I like to say his holding was good, but he only got one attempt at that. I really thought the Vikings special teams as a whole was the one unit that actually came to play on Monday night during the pounding, had energy, had enthusiasm, and it showed in Ryan Wright's huge, monstrous leg.
5 punts, average 49.2 yards punts, 3 inside the 20, a long of 58, showing that anybody complaining the fact we cut Jordan Berry, you were an idiot, and the Vikings staff is much smarter than us. So Ryan Wright, well done. Two very solid weeks in his NFL rookie season. Let's go to defense. Let's go to Cam freaking Dantzler. He had himself a pretty good game.
Well, he had a beautiful series there where he was just flying up, making every single tackle, and then he got flagged for I thought it was a ticky-tacky defensive holding, legal contact. It was something. I mean, he barely touched the dude, but these refs were calling a pretty tight game last night. But Cam Dantzler, he did his best, man. He was flying to the football all over the place. Ended up having a pretty solid game, though there was some moments where he also didn't look great.
Yeah, let's get something straight. There's nothing tight about the Philadelphia Pounding. But Cam Dantzler, like I said, he had a couple of good series. Something tells me when the PFF scores come out on him, it's not going to be good. But it looked all right. And he was playing very well at a point where the Vikings defense need to have some stops. So that's why it stood out to me. Next up, now we're starting to get into the, we got to find someone to fill the top 5. Some of these guys had moments. And one of those guys is Johnny effing Mundt. Yes, he dropped a touchdown pass, but that doesn't matter. We're putting him on the list.
Johnny freaking Mundt finishes with 2 receptions for 28 yards, pretty much doubling his career average here in receptions. You hate to see him have that one drop. I think we almost got him in the end zone there before that. Again, we're struggling here. We're trying to find some bright spot, but the second tight end on this team, this is 2 games in a row now where he's doing what we kind of thought he would do. He's catching a couple balls, catching the majority of what's coming his way. I think both his receptions, one at least went for a first down. So the Vikings are using him, and he can catch the football. He can make something move. He's a little bit athletic. So Johnny Mundt, not a big role, but a role he's doing and he's succeeding in.
2 for 28. On 3 targets, long of 17. Thank you, Johnny Mundt, for your service last night. We appreciate everything about you. We got 2 more.
Yeah. We have 2 more?
2 more winners.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go with the old man. Coverage wasn't great, but when a team is just struggling, looks flat, you need something. You need a little the charge panels on the chest. Shock you, get you going again, wake you up, get some feeling in those lower extremities, that lower hog. And Patrick Peterson provided that with his blocked field goal that Chris Boyd tried to take back, got chased down by. We decided it was the holder. Is that who it was?
Well, it was just the punter.
The punter got him. So, well, and then the Vikings goal, I think they ended up throwing an interception a couple plays later, but you needed the big play. Patrick Peterson, yes, your coverage hasn't been great all year, and it wasn't during the pounding, but he made the play that we needed. That should have been enough to spark this team back, and it wasn't.
Yeah, he said, screw it. I'm doing the Superman and put my body on the line. He blocked the shit out of that field goal, left it up to Chris Boyd, and Chris Boyd, slow as hell. Slow as hell.
What the hell is Patrick Peterson doing on the field goal blocking
Blocking
unit?
kicks,
I mean, he's
that's what he's doing.
He's a freaking Hall of Fame
Any other
corner. I was shocked.
questions?
I thought it was just Joe Buck getting the wrong name again, but no, it was the old man Peterson out there.
Old man Peterson. So, yeah, he gave us a spark when a spark was heavily needed. Did not capitalize, but that is not his fault. Last winner, Mr. DJ Wanham, 3 tackles, 1 sack, a sack that came again in a very needed opportunity. It just point in the game, it just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, we almost could have put Patrick Jones on here too. I thought he played pretty well overall. You got Zadarius Smith, who was an absolute ghost all night. I don't know what, for a guy who's barking up, making a bunch of noise during the Packers, he just kind of tucked between his legs, bent over, and took the pounding very, very quietly. Zadarius Smith is supposed to be this guy who kind of fires up his defense, get everybody going with his crazy antics and his big plays, just non-existent. And DJ Wanham stood up, got some pressure early in this one. I think a sack was still fairly early in the first half. Again, these plays were made that you think would fire this team up, but this team was just absolutely flat. But at least Wanham went out there and tried and had himself a pretty decent game.
Yeah, Wanham, 2 sacks already in the season. And Zadarius, I mean, maybe that's a credit to Philadelphia Eagles just really stomping him down and just saying, you know what, if DJ Wanham wants to get a sack, we'll give it to him. But we're not giving Zadarius Smith anything.
And they didn't.
He didn't.
All right, that's it. That was tough. That was tough. It was tough to find winners during the Philadelphia pounding, but we did it. I think we're winners just for trying to find winners.
I don't know about that. Some people might argue the fact that we are winners, but yes, when your punter is your number 1 winner that you're excited about, things are not good. But we're looking to next week. Next week's winner is going to be so damn easy. Can't wait.
It is. Can't wait. And all right, well, while you're thinking about the winners of this game, also remember this. There's an estimated $60 billion in sunken treasure sitting at the bottom of the world's oceans.